Simon Jordan and Gabby Agbonlahor going head-to-head about footballers using social media, and particularly Jesse Lingard and the way that he conducts himself. And Bayo, you couldn't disagree with Simon more, I'm guessing, by your reactions.
I don't understand it. I honestly, and I think Gabby mentioned it. So what am I? So I'm just catching up on it. He doesn't like Jesse Lingard using social media for why, And listen, he said he's going to be remembered for TikTok. I swear Jesse Lingard just went on TikTok recently. So sometimes there's an agenda that comes.
There was that video a couple of summers ago of him and Marcus Rashford in their hotel room, which I don't think went down particularly well with Manchester United fans, basically because Lingard wasn't playing well at the time. And Darren Ambrose, when we were having our meeting in the office, said it's only really going to be an issue, certainly in the eyes of the supporters, if you're not performing it on the pitch. So maybe when performances are slumping, do you then take time away from social media, perhaps?
So I believe that we all should know. It's like, if you've had a bad game, don't go on social media. If you had a bad game, don't try to get caught going out. Well, for me, I just think that's 101. You know what I'm saying? In that sense, what I don't like this agenda where, look, if you've had a bad game and somebody does go out, look, society's moved on so much from back in the day. So where, if a player had a bad game on a Sunday, he may go and do a golf and it doesn't get seen, or that may be his pastime. If a person wants to go and do TikTok videos, and I was mentioning it, Alphonso Davies, he loves social media, on TikTok all the time. I don't understand where, and what I do understand, sorry, and I'm just jumping in and out, what I do understand is, look, you got beat 7-1, don't get seen going out clubbing. And for me, that's standard. I think that is, but what I don't understand is, and Gabby said it, but Jesse Lingard has had a really good career. He's been at one of the best teams in the world. He went on loan to West Ham. He blew it up in his time there. They called him back, didn't play him again. So now it's the off-season and he's touring wherever he is, America at the moment, and having fun. I don't understand why people are now begrudging that element. If that's his downtime, if that's how he releases tension, if that's how he releases stress, it's like you want to put people in a box and say, well, look, live, die, breathe football, even when it's not going great. And when it's not going great, you need your pastime. You need to be able to decompress and shut it off. And what it feels like, these, I want to say old school man, but social media is social media. And it's okay when clubs use social media to sell their T-shirts, sell tickets, but at the end of the day, if they're individual entities and they know they can build their brand, why? I don't understand why you begrudge the player where you don't begrudge your team. Simon Jordan works. You need to be able to engage. Before, when players wasn't engaging with fans and be like, they're big time, and now all of a sudden they're showing their personality. They're showing that, you know what, there's different sides to them, and they're still getting attacked for that. And that's what I can't understand, where people are begrudging these individual players their downtime, because at the end of the day, they're human beings. So dancing, singing, whatever the weather, if that's what they need to do, but do with it. What I've always said is, you are right, we are footballers, or they play football. You're paid to do something, and like anything, and I just think it's a bit of common sense rather than, look, don't put yourself out there to, if you've had a bad game, don't put yourself out there. But I think that's still a personal choice. If you feel like you want to put yourself out there, so be it. But you don't own them. And that's the thing. Like, once the game's done, you don't own them. And the elite players, I wasn't elite players. Ambrose, you will know the pressures, what it comes in, day out. Being in a fishbowl, it's something which I think sometimes just gets overlooked. And that's the reason why sometimes I feel like, what do you mean you see him as a TikToker? Like, why are you doing that? Why are you dismissing what he's done? All the graft, the hard work that he's put, beat out many people's, gone out on loan, constantly try and prove yourself. Don't dismiss his career like that. And I think that's disrespectful.
Tell you what, my rants are legendary. How long was that?
That was class.
Sorry.
That was good. It's good.
I apologise on that. I just think sometimes they just dismissive sometimes.
Yeah. Look, I had this debate with Andy Goldstein, I think, on Wednesday on Drive. Exactly the same debate, because he was kind of siding with Simon Jordan on this matter. And I have no issue with people going on social media. I have no issue even if they lose, to be honest, because like you said, they're human beings. Why is it that footballers are not allowed to go on social media if they lose a game? And I use an example that, I was looking at a paper at the time, and I see an estate agent or a bid for a house, and I thought, if an estate agent goes to work, doesn't sell a house, He's allowed to go out. He's allowed to post on social media. Take the finances out the way. Take the wages out the way. These people are human beings. They go out and let their hair down. They want to forget a bad game. Why are you not allowed to do that? Why are you not allowed to enjoy yourself? And I said, and Andy didn't really know how to take this, that I'd say about 50% of players I've played with don't even like football. Football's the side business for them. So they're going out to enjoy themselves. That's what they enjoy to do. You love football growing up. That's all you want to be. But when you get into the politics side of it, when you get into the, you're going out, you're getting abused by people all the time, you kind of lose love for it. So people are trying to create a side business. They're trying to, I use the example, Ben Foster, his cycling goalkeeper YouTube channel. He's creating a business that he can go straight into after football. So why is that an issue?
But that GoPro in the goal, that did cause some problems. It caused some problems, as I understand it, in the Watford dressing room, because you're the goalkeeper, you've got a camera set up in the back of your net. I think psychologically that gives the opponents extra incentive to beat you. If you're a teammate, do you not just say to Ben Foster, don't do that?
No, listen, and
if you're a centre forward and the goalkeeper's got a camera in the back of the net, what are you going to want to do?
Yeah,
but I want to score. But even so, I want to score anyway, regardless of, that's just like a manager saying, that team's crap, or they play, whatever motivation your manager needs to use to motivate you is what he's going to do. So if there's a GoPro and the manager says, he's got a GoPro, try and score. It is what it is. I want to score regardless, or strikers want to score regardless. But conversations happen. They do. Like, I was an active social media. I used my social media, whatever club I was at, got a lot of attention for it. And no player ever said, RB, don't film or X, Y, and Z. But you have open conversations because you're with each other daily. So if that's the conversation, I don't think any player would do anything that will harm their team. And that's just that's just the be on end.
I agree. And why? Who's to say Jesse Lingard don't want to be remembered by TikTok, Instagram? Why does he have to be remembered by playing football? He might think, I enjoy TikTok, Instagram even more than football, so I want to be remembered for those videos that I'm putting up. And by the way, he's very good at them.
I ain't gonna lie, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. I looked on them. I was gonna try and steal one of them, but I couldn't do the moonwalk. But this is what I'm saying. And we talked about the Jack Grealish, and I didn't know if he had said that he wants to be the best footballer in the world. But I feel like in society, we look at people through the eyes that we want to look at it. So people be like, but he should be doing this. But if you ask the question, like you said, if Jesse Lingard's like, listen, I play football because I'm good at it, and I dance and do TikToks because I love it. That's him. But everybody else would be like, nah, you should be focused. Like, but you're not him. Yeah. You don't walk in his shoes. You're not in his mind. And that's the thing where everybody's entitled to opinions, and that's blessed. Have your opinion. Say, with your potential, you should be doing this, and if you put it, you could be the elite. But if he's like, I remember, I think I heard a story about Chimbonda. I remember him saying,
he didn't like football.
He really didn't like football,
And it's interesting because I think as football fans, and listen, you guys are talented enough and blessed enough that you've played the game at the top level. Obviously, there's a bit of envy there because we all want to do that. That's how we end up in this job, because we're frustrated and often fouled footballers. I was very good friends with a former teammate of Darren's when he was at Portsmouth Le Mans at Loire, and he had that somersaulting goal celebration, which actually he got injured in the end. He scored a goal against Arsenal, rolled his ankle. Harry Redknapp was furious, but he confided in me once. He said, I don't really like football. I don't watch football. I'd rather be a gymnast. And that stunned me. But I'd imagine that's more common in dressing rooms up and down the country than we as outsiders think.
Do you know, it's because at the end of the day, and the way I said this many a times, and I actually believe footballers are hired help. And the reason why I say this, because I always think players get held by a different standard to like clubs. I look at it, most clubs, when you're let go or not given a contract, but the clubs don't check on you 2 years down the line if you pay your bills. And when I try and say it's a job that we do enjoy, some people love it, some people just enjoy it, and sometimes it's a means to an end. But of course, when you outside look at it, it is most young people's dream. And you're like, if I was in your predicament, I'd grab every minute. And yeah, it's true, you know what I'm saying? And that's like somebody looking at, if I was an actor, I'd want to be The Rock, So it's just sometimes as human nature, you kind of always want more. But we are hired help in this. And Ambrose said it exactly. like, as you start getting, the more and more years you're in the game, the more and more you realise that as soon as you can't do for the team, you're out and you get abused and it's constant. And you can be in football 1 year and then out of a job another year. So that's the kind of point where it's like, sometimes it's just a means to an end.
Well, as always, Simon Jordan has got people talking even when he's not here.
Darren Bent's Bookroom. Fast-paced football fallout. Every Sunday night from 5 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.